drawdown in Iraq. The jihadist groups should not be allowed to fill security vacuum after the American troops leave. Means when the American troops leave the country of Iraq, the jihadist groups they shouldn't take the place of the American troops. The US decisions to cut troops in Iraq is both a relief and a challenge to the Iraqi government. So at present, the US has made a decision. Its decision is to take away its troops from the country of Iraq, and that decision is both a relief and a challenge for it's a good thing, and it is also a bad thing for Iraq. It is a relief because public opinion in Iraq is increasingly against the continuing presence of US troops in the country, particularly after the assassination of Iranian General Qasem Soleimani in Baghdad in January. So we have just discussed it, right? If the US takes away its troops from Iraq, it's both a relief and also a challenge. The reason why it's a relief is that the government of Iraq is not liking the US troops in its country, especially after when its General Qasem Soleimani was assassinated. It's even more against the US troops. So that's why it's a relief. Iraqi lawmakers passed a non-binding resolution after the assassination asking the government to oust the Americans. So some lawmakers from the country of Iraq they have asked the government to make the American troops leave Iraq. So and that's what the Iraq government is trying for, and that's what happened. So it's a relief. The new government of Prime Minister Mustafa Al-Kadhimi has stated that it does not want US troops in combat operations. So the new government of Al-Kadhimi it doesn't want the US troops anymore. It doesn't want the US troops only in fights. Now that US is but he has asked for training services and other assistance. So Al-Khatimi said that we won't need the US troops in wars or in any battles, but we do need them in the sectors of services and also other things. Here they give other assistance, means their help in other things. Now that the US is cutting troops from 5,200 to 3,000, Mr. Kadhimi could argue that his government is committed to seeing the full withdrawal of US troops. So now the US troops, the US government has so basically initially the number of American troops in Iraq is 5,200. But the US government it took off 3,000 troops. It took off 2,000. It took off 2,200 groups. So the total number of groups now became 3,000. So the total number of US troops in Iraq is only 3,000. So after US has done that action, Mr. Kadhimi got angry and he said that I don't want to see any single troop of Americans, and he wants all of them to leave Iraq. It is a challenge because the US troops had played a key role in the war against the Islamic State, and with the drawdown, the Iraqi forces would have to share a greater burden in the fight against jihadists. So we have discussed two things: why is it a relief and why is it a challenge? We have discussed the relief completely. Now it is a challenge because that the US troops are a major part of Iraq's victory in the war with IS, and also in the next war with the jihadist groups. If the Iraq loses the US troops, the Iraqi troops will get more burden. The American political leadership has long wanted to pull troops out of Iraq. The politicians in America, they have been from the first point they have been trying to take off the American troops out of Iraq. President Barack Obama had set a timetable for the pullback and withdrew most troops by 2011, but he had to send thousands of soldiers back to Iraq after the rise of the IS. So actually, Mr. President, Mr. President Mr. Barack Obama of India, of America, he used to be the president of America, right? Barack Obama. So what he did is that in 2011, he took out several American troops from the country of Iraq, but he again had to send thousands of them because of the battle with IS. President Trump promised to President Trump promised to end the endless wars during his campaign. So during Mr. Trump promised that during his time as a president, he will end these wars. Now that the IS has been driven out of the major population centers of Iraq, he could claim victory and draw down troops. Now the IS is actually almost defeated. Now, so Mr. Trump now could claim his victory and he could take off his troops. While the US decision is part of the Trump's administration's larger policy of bringing back American troops home, the local factors cannot be overlooked. So it is the decision of the American government that it wants to bring the American troops back. But there are some local factors which oppose that, and those should not be overlooked. The US found it increasingly difficult to station a large number of troops in Iraq. The US government it noticed a problem. The problem is that it cannot place more troops in Iraq. At the height of the war, the US had over 150,000 troops in Iraq, but in recent years it found stationing even 10,000 troops is very risky. So at the first once during a battle, the US government sent 150,000 groups of 150,000 troops to Iraq, but it recently again sent 10,000 troops, and it noticed that even sending 10,000 troops is very risky. With the last time we have took a big risk and we have sent 150,000 troops. This is partly because of the hostile political environment and partly due to the growing influence of Iran and Shia militias in Iraq. So we have just read that sending American troops for the US government is very risky. The reason is that there are two reasons. Partly because of the hostile political environment. Some of the reason is that Iraq has a very hostile political environment. Hostile political environment means we can say that where fights happen between the politicians or parties, and partly due to the growing influence of Iran and Shia militias, and also the number of militias of Shia and Iran are increasing. Militias means a group of non-professional soldiers. So those groups are increasing in Iraq, which gives a threat to the US troops. In January, the US killed Soleimani after Shia militias attacked American troops. So actually, first the Shia militias attacked the American troops, and to take revenge, the American troops killed Soleimani. Iran retailed by launching ballistic missile attacks on a US air base in Iraq, injuring some 100 American soldiers, while Shia militias continued attacking US troops. So, to take the revenge against America again, Iraq have launched missiles on American airbase, and those missiles have injured 100 soldiers and killed many. And at the same time, even the Shia militias was attacking the American troops on the airbase. So there are two things attacking the American airbase. One is the missiles from the Iraq on the airbase, and the second one is the Shia militias. So they have injured 100 soldiers. In March, 3 of the coalition troops, 2 of them Americans, were killed in such an attack. So in March, 3 of the coalition troops. Coalition means it is a group which is formed to give a combined outcome or combined action. Means for example, in this sentence, the coalition troops can mean that the combined troops of Iraq and America. So three of the coalition groups have been three members of the coalition groups have been injured. Two of them are Americans, and the rest one and the remaining one is from Iraq. Two of Since then, the US has repositioned troops, and the drawdown will reduce risks of such confrontations in the future. So, because of that reason, that has been the main reason for the America to take off the American troops from there, so that the risk will decrease from future such actions. While the Americans leave, the Iraqi government should be careful of not letting any security vacuum being filled by jihadist groups. So when the troops of America leave, the Iraq government, it should make sure that the place of the Americans won't be taken by the jihadist groups. Though the IS has been driven underground, at least 10,000 IS fighters are still active in Iraq according to UN assessments. Though the IS organization is partially taken down, the UN assessments say that there are about 10,000 IS fighters still active in the Iraq. The sectarian policies of Nouri al-Maliki government, coupled with the security vacuum left by the US withdrawal in 2011 and allowed al-Qaeda in Iraq with battle experience from the civil war-stricken Syria to exploit Sunni resentment in northern Iraq and build the IS. So, the sectarian policies of the Nouri al-Maliki government. So, this government is allowing al-Qaeda. This policy of the government is allowing Al Qaeda to take the position of the Americans, so that he could build the IS organization again. Al Qaeda is actually trying to build IS from the experience which he got from the war between Iraq and Syria. The Iraqi government should not allow history to repeat itself. So, the Iraq government, in the country of Iraq, already such an incident happened, and it became a huge disaster. The Iraqi government now, it should make sure that that won't happen again. Thank you.